No one expected this, backstage at the Where the Party. At tour, the cameras didn't just catch Nelly hyping up the crowd. They caught something far more emotional, far more raw. Ashanti, sitting quietly yet visibly glowing, shouting from her chair, "That's my husband." But here's the twist. Fans say Ashanti wasn't just cheering. They believe she was showing signs of something even bigger. Pregnancy rumors have been swirling, and after this sighting, many are convinced that the secret is out. But before we go any further into this dramatic revelation, let's wait and watch this clip to see exactly what had fans talking. The footage is intimate. Not the flashy performance energy fans expect, but something softer. Ashanti sitting backstage, not moving around much, looking tired yet beaming with love. She wasn't hiding. She was simply there, present, supporting her man. But fans immediately latched on to one detail: her body language. To them, it wasn't just exhaustion. They noticed the way she rested her hands, the way she leaned back, and yes, even the glow on her face. In the eyes of her loyal fan base, this wasn't Ashanti being tired, this was Ashanti embracing motherhood once again. Now let's break it down. This isn't the first time pregnancy rumors have surfaced around Ashanti. Ever since she and Nelly rekindled their romance, the speculation has been relentless. But this moment backstage was different. Why? Because Ashanti didn't seem to care about hiding it. She wasn't dodging the cameras or rushing out of sight. Instead, she leaned into it, proudly cheering Nelly on while fans dissected every move, every expression. Was this her silent confirmation? Or just the exhaustion of a hard-working mom juggling tour life, family, and personal milestones? Here's where the controversy kicks in. Some fans are calling it invasive, accusing others of reading too much into Ashanti's appearance. After all, pregnancy is personal, and no one should be pressured into announcing before they're ready. But on the flip side, there are those who say Ashanti has always embraced her fans like family, sharing her highs and lows. And to them, her glowing presence backstage wasn't just support for Nelly. It was a gift, a glimpse into the next chapter of their love story. Let's not forget the cultural weight of this moment. Ashanti and Nelly aren't just any couple. They're a power duo who've already captured headlines with their reunion, their private wedding, and the birth of their son, baby KK. Fans see them as the blueprint, a story of love lost, rekindled, and now blooming into something even bigger. So when Ashanti sits backstage, visibly tired but still shouting, "That's my husband," it hits different. It's not just about love. It's about resilience, growth, and the balance of being a wife, mother, and performer all at once. Deeper into what fans noticed. Social media lit up with comments. One fan wrote, "Ashanti can't hide it no more, sis is glowing from head to toe." Another said, "She's definitely carrying baby number 2. Look at her energy, look at her vibe." And yet, not everyone agreed. Some pushed back, insisting it's unfair to speculate about a woman's body, especially one who's under the pressure of performing while balancing personal life. The debate became bigger than Ashanti. It became about how much we expect from women in the spotlight. And here's where Nelly enters the story. Because while Ashanti was backstage shouting, "That's my husband," Nelly was out there commanding the stage like only he can. But fans couldn't help but connect the dots. To them, this wasn't just a performance, it was symbolic. Nelly out front, carrying the show, while Ashanti supported him in a quieter, more vulnerable way. Together, they embodied the balance of love and partnership. And if the rumors are true, they're not just sharing a tour. They're sharing the journey of expanding their family once again. Of course, this brings us to the bigger question. If Ashanti is pregnant, how will this affect her career? Some argue it will only elevate her, showing fans another side of her strength. Others worry it might slow her momentum, especially with her new projects and reality show with Nelly. But here's the plot twist. Maybe Ashanti isn't worried at all. Maybe she's redefining what success looks like, blending family and career into a story that's far more powerful than charts or ticket sales. And that's what makes this moment so emotional. Backstage, she wasn't the Grammy-winning superstar, the icon, the legend. She was simply Ashanti, a woman in love, a mother, and possibly a soon-to-be mom again. Stripped of the spotlight, her vulnerability made her more relatable than ever. Fans weren't just watching a celebrity. They were watching themselves reflected back, the exhaustion, the joy, the pride of supporting the people you love even when you're drained. But the story doesn't end there. If the pregnancy rumors are true, Ashanti and Nelly are standing at the start of a brand new chapter. A chapter where their family expands, their love deepens, and their story continues to inspire fans worldwide. And even if the rumors aren't true, this backstage moment has already left its mark, reminding us that love, support, and vulnerability are the real performances worth celebrating. The only question left is, when will Ashanti and Nelly choose to tell the world what's really going on? That's the cliffhanger fans are holding their breath for. The whispers backstage have now spilled into full-blown headlines. Entertainment blogs, fan accounts, and even gossip pages are running with the narrative. Ashanti is carrying baby number 2. And while no official confirmation has come from either Ashanti or Nelly, the moment speaks volumes. Fans point to her body language, her softer movements, and her glowing complexion as evidence. But in the middle of all this chatter, the most striking detail wasn't her look. It was her voice, booming backstage with the words, "That's my husband." That declaration was powerful. It wasn't whispered, it wasn't subtle. Ashanti wanted everyone to know exactly where her heart is. And for many fans, that moment was just as revealing as any pregnancy clue. It showcased a woman secure in her marriage, proud of her husband, and willing to shout it from behind the curtain. In an industry where relationships often fizzle under the spotlight, Ashanti and Nelly's bond feels more solid than ever. And if there's a new baby on the way, that bond could grow even stronger. Of course, not all fans are convinced this is good news. Some worry that being on tour while possibly expecting could be too much stress for Ashanti. They argue she should slow down, take care of herself, and protect her peace. But others counter that Ashanti has always been a powerhouse, balancing the demands of fame with grace. To them, her decision to keep showing up backstage proves she's not just strong, she's unstoppable. Still, the debate rages on. Is this a moment of empowerment, or is Ashanti pushing herself too hard? Then comes the irony. While Ashanti was backstage shouting her love, Nelly himself hasn't directly addressed the pregnancy rumors. His silence is fueling speculation even more. Some believe he's protecting their privacy, honoring Ashanti's no-posting policy when it comes to family matters. Others think his silence is a strategic move, keeping fans guessing, keeping the story alive, and letting the world speculate while they privately live their truth. Either way, Nelly's decision to keep quiet has added another layer of suspense to the story. Let's not forget the history between these two. Ashanti and Nelly's love story isn't a simple fairy tale. It's a saga of breakups, reconciliations, and ultimately finding their way back to each other. That's why this moment hits harder. To fans, it's not just about pregnancy, it's about redemption. It's proof that love can circle back, heal, and build something even stronger the second time around. That's why fans are so emotionally invested. They don't just see a couple, they see hope. The bigger question now is, what does this mean for their future? If Ashanti is indeed expecting, will they share the news publicly? Will it be a magazine cover, a social media post, or perhaps even a moment on their reality show, We Belong Together? Every possibility is a headline waiting to explode. And fans are on the edge of their seats waiting for the big reveal. Until then, every glimpse, every backstage sighting, and every slip of the tongue becomes a clue in this unfolding mystery. But here's the emotional core of it all. Forget the rumors, forget the speculation. What fans really saw backstage was love. A tired but glowing Ashanti, shouting for her husband, proud and unapologetic. It's those simple, unpolished moments that remind people why they root for Nelly and Ashanti in the first place. Beyond the fame, beyond the gossip, they're just two people building a family, facing challenges and standing by each other no matter what. Still, the critics won't stay quiet. Some say this love story is moving too fast, that they're giving the public too much too soon. Others worry that their relationship could be strained under the constant attention, especially if season 2 of their reality show magnifies their private struggles. But let's be honest, Nelly and Ashanti seem prepared. They've already weathered storms in the past. If anything, the rumors and speculation may only be sharpening their bond. So where does this leave us? In limbo, waiting, watching, wondering. Fans want confirmation, but Ashanti and Nelly aren't rushing to provide it. And maybe that's the smartest move of all. Because as long as the speculation continues, the story stays alive and the world keeps talking about them. Every whisper of pregnancy, every clip backstage, every declaration of, "That's my husband," only adds fuel to the fire of one of the most talked about love stories in entertainment right now. And so the cliffhanger remains. Is Ashanti really pregnant with baby number 2? Or is this just another case of fans reading too deeply into what they see? Only time, and Ashanti herself, will tell. But one thing is certain. Whether she's expecting or not, her unwavering love and support for Nelly is undeniable. And in today's world of fleeting romances and shallow connections, that's the real story worth celebrating.